And we're back.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast. We had our first Australia games.
Yeah, that was cool.
Wasn't that nice?
That was cool.
Wasn't that nice? We are really coming close to 10 days from hockey, which is just so nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, God, when this comes out, what will we be at? 12?
Yeah, I think
Something
so,
like that.
right? I think...
13? I don't know.
think
It's low.
Yeah, it's low. It's under 15, I know that.
Yeah,
damn
yeah.
sure. But we're getting close here. Hockey season is winding down upon us. And we've got some special stuff for you today. We're going to be finishing our division predictions.
I can't wait.
Getting into possibly the juiciest prediction.
It's
Juiciest division.
yes, thank you. That's what I was going to say.
I've got a juicy prediction, but
Yeah.
it is the juiciest division.
Yep.
Unbelievable stuff. We're going to get into that. You got just the boys today, which is exciting stuff. But before, we got to do some hot ice because that has been a little steamy.
I love hot ice.
Yeah, hot ice is the best, and it's now Howie's Hockey Tape Hot Ice. The best hockey tape, laces, accessories, and apparel in the game. Howie's got you covered everywhere, and they got us covered with hot ice. Let's get into it. I want to start first off with Stammer again. We talked about Stammer last week.
Okay, yep. Briefly. It was a brief mention, some whiffs of some situations.
That's what I'm saying.
In Tampa. Now it's a stench.
Last week, we talked about Stammer making a couple comments about how he's not thrilled with how he does not have a new contract yet with Tampa Bay. In that time, in the past week, it's getting a little shadier.
And
Seems like Stammer's upset. He doesn't have that contract. And from what whispers are going around the NHL sphere, doesn't seem like that contract's coming.
well, what I said last week
Yes.
was, since you are obviously keeping Steven Stamkos on your team, it felt stupid to me to not call, as he said, to not even broach the subject, right? If you tried and you failed to land before camp started, all good, you're in good faith, whatever. If you were obviously keeping him. And now we're all hearing, it's not like we have a scoop, we're all hearing that they might not want to keep him.
Yeah.
And now it all makes sense because why would you call the guy if you're about to break up with him? Those conversations suck. So keep avoiding it.
Yeah.
And eventually he'll break up with you. That's how it always goes.
It's just so nutty to me because you've got your captain, an absolute legend in Tampa and for that franchise. He is still playing at an over an 80 point per season clip.
He's a machine.
And it looks like the Bolts are prepared to walk away from him. And the question for me is, how do you do that? Are you going to move him at the deadline? Are you going to let him walk for free this summer?
Which you cannot do.
Which you cannot do. But at the same time, maybe you can do.
Especially if
What does he make right now? That's a big question. Because I could see someone at the deadline being like, what do you expect me to give up for a 33-year-old Steve Stamkos who's making probably 8.5 mil a year or something like that? I could see it's similar to
8.5.
8.5. Wow, I just pulled that out of the hat. It's kind of similar to the Johnny Toe-Drags in Toronto, right? Everyone's like, got to get Toe-Drags off this team, which we also don't get because he's also scoring
also
80-plus
machine.
points. But they're like, he's untradeable. You've got to be saying the same thing with Stammer. Same age, I think a little bit older.
Yeah.
Rough.
33. How old's Sodrax?
I think 33 or 32. He's putting out the same production. So there is a world here where they just let him play out this season and then Steve Stamkos signs with a new team.
Well, you certainly can't trade him at the deadline. Let me put it this way. You are willing to let him walk for free
To keep him for another hopeful cup run.
if you're contending this year. You don't just trade him at the deadline because you're like, well, we got to get something for Stammer, and then you
go into the playoffs without
kneecap
him.
your
Yeah,
cup
exactly.
chances.
Yeah.
That not happening.
So yeah, it's the way that the waters are shifting right now. It looks like Steve Stamkos is going to be playing for a new team next year.
Or at the very least, maybe there's too much bad blood, but I was going to say, or at the very least, a free agent. There's no he could re-sign. Like he could reach free agency and be like, damn, I wanted to talk about that before last year, and they're like, sorry, dude, we were figuring some shit out. Here's our offer.
But I think that won't happen because of what's going on right now. I don't think
because of bad blood, you're saying.
No. Because they've made the decision to not do it. If he's coming back to the Lightning, they would have done it already. What in the world is the point of making him play an entire season of being disgruntled and like, what the fuck? I think they've made up their mind.
I think you're right.
Either it's going to happen in the next couple of months, or there is no planet where he hits UFA and comes back, is what I think.
Okay. I think it's unlikely, so we're close to a line, but I don't think there's no planet, and maybe I'm just grasping here, but my only argument, and to be clear, this is not worth disgruntling him, which you have now done, you morons. But there's an argument to say if he was asking for extensions now, like extend me right now, that is probably a higher number than maybe what you could get him one more year older as UFA next year. That's the only slight argument I'll make, that they're like, maybe we can just be like, dude, come back.
But let's say he has a 90-point season this year.
Yeah, then you're fricked.
Then and he goes like this. Yeah, remember that extension I wanted? It's more now. So I just think...
And I would have taken a hometown deal because we were boys. We used to be boys.
Yeah.
And now we're not.
And, I think even if, let's say he has another monster year, he gets to UFA, to your point, the bad blood thing, I could see him being like, fuck you, I'm leaving.
Me too.
So,
Me too.
Especially if they don't do that well.
Not worth disgruntling him.
The next topic is another thing that we have slightly talked about. The waters are shifting also with Trevor Zegras in Anaheim.
Dude,
Here we are.
This is not good.
We've got teams traveling abroad, playing games. Preseason hockey has started. Guys are on the ice. Guys have been practicing. We are 14 or so days away from the start of the NHL season, and Trevor Zegras has still not re-signed with the Anaheim Ducks. He has not done a single team event, practice, anything all summer long. Do you think Trevor Zegras wears a Ducks uniform next year?
Yes. But
what an unfun take.
We said, I can't remember if this was a pod or some other cool thing we were working on that you guys will all hear about hopefully soon, but you know what I'm talking about. I can't remember where we had this conversation, but you just don't want a sad Trevor.
Yeah.
We don't like sad Trevor. We like happy Trevor. And
he's like Cole in that, you're getting your best from him when he's a happy boy.
Yeah. And we don't, I don't think, I should say, that, and you don't have any intel on his asks, right? Like, I haven't heard shit about
the
demands.
The shit that we have heard and that we know is stuff that we cannot share, nor would we share. What I will say is that, and this is widely known in the NHL world and fan world, reportedly the first offer that came through from the Ducks was insultingly low.
Yep.
Per their standards.
Yeah. And I just, my point is, I don't know, the only offer, or the only numbers that he could be throwing out there that would get it this bad to this point where they're like, then just leave, feels so unrealistic that he would be asking for. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's walking into that office being like this, give me $20 million a year.
But come on. Information aside.
Yep.
If you think he's going, I want 8 by 10, do you think the Ducks go like this? Absolutely not to the point where we have to trade you.
No, that's my point.
So yeah. So you think he's asking for 12 or more. You think the 12 or more is the world where they're like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Like, if you're asking for that much money, and I'm not even saying he's wrong. I mean, I kind of am saying he's wrong, but I'm not even saying he's wrong. I'm just saying if it's that much, I could see the Ducks being like, fuck off, dude.
This has gotten bad enough, as far as I'm concerned, to the point where even if he resigns, it's just awkward. Whatever statement he makes, if he resigns, I can't wait to be a part of the Anaheim future. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
It's just so uncomfortable. And this is I can't believe you've let this get to this point for everyone.
Don't you?
Ducks, I can't believe you have done this. Trevor, I can't believe you have done this. And now you are so close to the beginning of the year. If it's a trade, it's also fucking weird because you have such little time to incorporate
to meet the fellas.
Wherever he goes, number 1 or number 2 center on the team. It's like, okay, hurry up.
Yep.
You're playing in like 1 week.
Yep.
So it's crazy, and I am frothing at the mouth for the next week here.
Same.
Because what I would be stunned by is if puck drop on night one of the NHL happens and Trevor Zegras does not have a contract with a team. I would be stunned by that.
Same.
So this has got to be coming soon. Right?
Yeah, hell yeah. I almost made a bad joke.
Yeah.
If it's it was right there.
I want that joke. It was
right there.
I want it later.
So it was. It's really tricky. You said it really well, Dan. It's really tricky because if he comes out now and takes his deal is 8. What did Terry get? 8x7. Yeah.
I think he went 7x7.
7x7.
Yeah.
If he comes out now and has 7x7, and he's like, I'm so happy. I feel like we're all gonna say, "Oh, you got spanked, you little bitch," because you clearly you were asking for way more, and then you took this. And if he comes out and gets 10 or whatever, anything he gets at this point, I'm already starting to feel Matthewsy about him, where I'm like, oh, okay, Mr. I want the team to win. And now you're out here demanding blow the team up for you when you're 22.
What I thought, Chris, was we were going to get a Krill or a Matthews deal. I thought we were going to get the 4 year.
Yes, this is exactly
4x8 or something like that, which is tough because I think to the outside it looks like a player going, I don't want to be here that long. Or them going, I want to get money now, and I also, in 4 years, when I've put up the 4 best years of my career, and I'm still in my mid-20s, I want another bag.
Yep.
Either way,
you get 2 bags. If you Michigan twice, you get 2 bags. You get a bag per Michigan.
Yeah,
I would say.
And I think it's either way. Those deals look like you're serving the player more than the team, and fuck off, dude. Whatever, go get your money.
Yep.
But again, dude, this is just it's not like this is an extension. This is a contract.
Yeah. Oh,
Trevor Zegras is unemployed, by all intents and purposes, and I can't believe he's not practicing with the team. I can't believe he wasn't at media day. I can't believe he hasn't done anything with his teammates or the organization. He's just sitting here waiting to get a deal made. And if you're the Ducks, dude, you've got to imagine some of these guys you brought in, like Killorn, were part of the deal was like, I'm excited to play with Trevor Zegras. He's on the cover of NHL 2 seasons ago. He's an all-star 2 seasons ago. All of a sudden, now this kid might not be a part of your franchise. And what do you get for him? Because no one is going to offer sheet him, right? I don't think so. If you offer sheet this kid, I don't know what those terms are if you're looking at it, but
what his current contract is?
No, because it's whatever the offer sheet comes under.
I forget.
You're gonna lose for what number he wants.
Yep.
You're gonna lose 4 first-round picks.
It's obscene.
So there's no way someone's gonna offer sheet him because he didn't have a Sidney Crosby year 1. He didn't have a Connor McDavid year 1, or even year 2, 3. So no one's gonna offer sheet that for a 65-point guy last season. Do I think Trevor is a top center in this NHL in his future? Yes, I absolutely do. I think Trevor Zegras is phenomenal and is only going to get better. But I think we're looking at a situation where either he signs with the Ducks or they have to trade him right now. And that trade is like big because, again, this isn't he's under contract. You can hope to re-sign him next year. This is a trade where you go, I'm trading for his rights and I'm giving him a new contract. And what's interesting of that is the Ducks will ask for a lot back, but they can't ask for that much because they're kind of fucked now.
Yeah. That's why I think, and that is obviously on the table, but that's why I think the two, if I'm the Ducks, I'm operating under, it's either we work out this contract or we work out a bridge. Because I do think that would be easier to come to terms on. If you're like, hey, dude, 2 to 4 years at whatever, then we'll figure this out.
There's no trade you would accept?
Oh, there's trades I would accept, obviously, but I just don't think you're going to get those. What did he say the other day? The kid has 67 points or something, career high. And obviously, we both agree. I think his ceiling is super high, and he's the man. But I'm just like, chill out, dude.
I mean, he's had two back-to-back years of 60-plus points, I believe.
Yep.
And he's electric.
Oh, yeah. He's putting asses.
He's playing
in
on a
seats.
terrible
He's
team.
putting asses in seats.
Like, put Trevor Zegras on a team with some legitimate wingers and
trade Trevor Zegras to Atlanta, restart a franchise with just him under contract, sells out immediately.
dude, I just think there are trades out there.
But I'm saying if I'm the Ducks though, I do not want to trade Trevor Zegras. That is a bad look.
Okay, but what if Trevor Zegras is going like this? I'm not signing here. You have to trade him. Or no, you don't have to.
No,
but like,
okay, and I would be surprised by what I'm about to say, but that is a different conversation. I'm operating under the assumption right now that they can't come to terms on money. That they want X, he wants Y, and let's see if we can find a Z. But if it's like, if he's going, this is a losing franchise and I want out.
Yeah.
That's an entirely different conversation. And then, yes, you need to get him gone immediately.
And you wonder if the conversation is, we can't find common ground here. I would like you to trade me.
Yeah.
The fact that you don't show belief in me by offering me even close to what I want, you don't show belief in me, and I don't want to be in this in this franchise. Not you're a losing franchise. No bad blood or pettiness there. It's just hey, I believe in myself, and this is what I think I'm worth, and you guys aren't even close to that.
Yeah.
So I can't play here.
I'd be kind of shocked if they're not close, though.
Dude, they're under 20 days from puck drop, and he's not re-signed.
Yeah, but it just, I would guess. And would you be surprised, though, if what you just said is happening? Wouldn't you be surprised? They're kind of exciting. They got Terry, they got Mason. Like, if I'm him, I'm like, this is cool. Pay me, but this is cool.
Yeah, no doubt. And like, Jamie Drysdale's great.
Yeah.
Killorn joining is great. But you've got Gibber, who requested I don't even know what his situation is, but he requested a trade. And like, Leo Carlson is an amazing pick. My point is this: if I'm Trevor Zegras, and again, I am saying right now, I do not know that Trevor Zegras is saying any of this. I'm saying if I'm Trevor Zegras, I am the face of this franchise, and I am going to be a 100-point scorer in this league. I think he has all of the tools to be that. I think he will be that. And from what we've heard, their offer on him as an RFA was, quote, insultingly low.
Yeah. That's agent speak, though, dude.
Sure, but look at what the situation is now. We are under 15 days from the start of the season, and Zegras has not done a single thing with the team. This is clearly bad. We are in a bad spot.
Yeah.
So if it's that bad, again, if it were me, I would feel a little bit like, fuck you. Mm-hmm. I would feel like, fuck you to this team. Like, the Ducks have the Ducks, any popularity that the Ducks have had in the past 2-3 years are 100% because of him.
That's correct.
You know, you've got a Ducks player on the cover of NHL. That's big.
That is dead last Ducks.
That is that is him. He's doing all of this media stuff with a smile on. He's an incredible representation of your franchise. And then you essentially say fuck you to him. I wonder if there's a situation where he's like, I don't want to play here anymore.
Yeah.
Some other team is going to believe in me.
Yep.
So again, frothing at the mouth to see what happens in the
it's
next 2
crazy.
weeks.
I think it's done.
Last piece of Howie's hot ice, and then we can move on to our predictions. We've just got to talk about the Logan Cooley goal in Melbourne.
Brian, why don't you start, dude?
Holy fuck.
We got a text from Brian, by the way.
I grabbed an ice pack because my jaw hit the fucking floor.
Dude, truly. Like, you're a hockey guy because you might have lost teeth in that moment.
That was insane. I was sitting on the toilet and I saw it and I was like, literally jaw at the floor, and I immediately DM'd it straight to you guys. I was like, this is fucking sickening.
You know when we get a text from Bri, something has crossed platforms.
Yes.
Like, Bri's like, yo, dude, did you see this hockey thing?
Dude, that goal, we said Logan Cooley is a Calder watch type of player. Him deciding to sign with the Coyotes, huge, massive for my Desert Dogs.
Yep.
Bro, that goal was putrid. Putrid.
It really was.
It looked like a goal that someone scores in NHL. When he spin-o-rama'd past the defender and then in a phone booth,
forehand, yeah.
Under the stick, backhand, forehand, shot off goal. Like, that would have been a sick highlight if he didn't score.
Yes, and I like your NHL comp. What I was going to say is it looked like a goal that
looked fake.
The best prospect scores in juniors, where you're like, oh yeah, good luck doing that in the national, buddy. But that was sick, and I'm glad I've seen your skill. Yeah. And, it's preseason. We were in Australia, but whatever. I was like...
Well, I actually think that is so funny because the national was stroking themselves. Because you go to a massive, massive country like Australia and you're going, we're trying to get into a new fan base here. And then that goal gets scored.
Everyone in Australia's like, yo,
you know that there were some people in that group of fans that was like, what the fuck, dude? Is this hockey?
So they've been doing this whole time?
That was incredible, dude. So
it's the out of the spin. It's, by the way, it's the speed out of the spin. Like he goes into it and then it's like he's just unraveling. Yeah.
Such a subdued Selly too. He stood up and fist pumped and was like, yeah. And I was like, no.
Sweet, I can hang in the
NHL. Ride the pony around the rink right now, dude. That was absolutely
in the words of Joe Thornton, I'd have my cock out and I'd be stroking it if I had done something like that. Dude.
If I scored a goal like that, I would whip my cock out and stroke it. Unbelievable. So, stick taps to Logan Cooley. Kid is going to be a beauty. And watching him with Kells this season.
Oh, man. Guys, can we talk about Howie's real quick? Howie's Hockey is the #1 hockey tape and accessory company in the world. Are you a pro? Sweet. Are you a mite? Sweet. Are you a beer leaguer? Sweet. They got the laces, the pucks, the tape, everything you need. If your playing days are over, they got the apparel you need. Scope this hat. Are you kidding me? They have the freshest gear. We're all wearing it. I'm wearing it. DP's wearing it. You should be wearing it. So go to their site and use promo code EMPTY. That's EMPTY for 20% off and to be automatically entered for a chance to win tickets to your favorite NHL team's home opener.
Now let's get into it. Our Atlantic Division predictions.
This is hard.
This
was the hardest.
Brian, you got to do our countdowns again. This was easily the hardest for me. This division is as good as it was last year, and in my opinion, better because a lot of teams got a lot better. I borderline have no idea what I'm doing here.
Yeah, we're shooting from the hip.
I have no idea.
A few might change. I have everything that I want to say written down, and a few things might change.
I want to go on record, too, and say this. I don't stand by anything that I'm about to pick.
Yeah, don't throw these back in our face.
My predictions are going to come out, and they're going to be very wrong, but, this is how I'm feeling.
It's also, and we'll probably get into this in a second, but for everyone at home, it's so funny to me because I said this to Dan before we recorded. I will go through this division and say, oh my God, 100% 5 teams from the Atlantic are making it because both wild cards in the East are coming from the Atlantic. Right on the heels of last episode promising you the Penguins are getting in the 4 seed in the Met. Like, I am unhinged. None of the math adds up. Just fucking roll with it. We're doing our best.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Dan?
Yeah, I am. I'm like... I also want to say to listeners here, I don't have my 8 set, so I'm going to be going on the fly here.
Last year, the Montreal Canadiens finished 8th in the Atlantic. They went 31, 45, and 6 with 68 points. Just FYI, they were the highest scoring 8 seed in any division last year. Great. As in points.
Yes.
Good squad.
Yes.
They finished 8th last year. This year, they will finish in, Brian.
3, 2, 1.
8th.
Probably the only thing we'll agree on this whole time.
I think that's correct. And I'd like to say to Habs fans, I don't think there should be a single piece of bad energy from all of you.
Don't shed a tear over this.
You will possibly finish 8th. I also think there's a chance that we'll have the first 8th seed in the history of the NHL with a winning record.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense probably.
It doesn't.
You know what I mean? This team, in my guess, is going to finish 8th, and they're going to be the best 8th seed in the history.
I have said multiple times during these predictions, every team I dog, I think I dogged the Blues, I dogged maybe the Yotes.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what, though? I think they're going to be a high-scoring 8th seed. I've been trying to massage it a little bit, and I meant it for the most part. But if you do my math, there's no bad teams next year. But my point is, this one is the one I believe in the most of all the 8 seeds to be actually pretty good.
Hundo P.
Tough win.
One thing that's really brutal, the Habs cap space is brutal.
Okay.
Technically, with LTIR, they're over $6 million.
Yeah.
They have zero cap space, and to be this low, that's tough. Mm-hmm. That's going to change in the next couple of years, which is great. Key players: Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, Kirby Dach, Josh Anderson. You need defense.
Yep.
Montreal, you need defense. Carey Price has retired officially, but I believe that $10.5 million is still on the LTIR.
Okay.
And against the cap a bit. They really added Alex Newhook and not much else. You got Jake Allen in net. the Habs to me just have a lot of really great young players, and I'm looking at Cole, Suzuki, and Doc as I think those three are going to be so instrumental. I honestly, I look at Suzuki and Cole as Taves and Kane. Like, I think that they could be the next future. Like, the two guys. They're both signed on majorly team-friendly deals. They're both insane talents, such good personalities. So, again, sky's the limit for Montreal, but they just, with this division, they're in a bloodbath against the competition, and I think they're going to finish 8th.
I'm with you completely. They are, and the reason I said don't cry about this 8th seed is you're doing it correctly. They are building with the draft. They're building from a young core. They have something really good cooking over there, and they are so fine to chill on this. They aren't going to make the playoffs for probably 3 more years, maybe. Yeah. But they don't care. They're on the way. It's all good. I bet more guys go this year. Jake Allen could get traded. Gallagher. Even Anderson, dude. Like, there are some of these experienced guys that I'm like, dismissed. We're not making the playoffs. Get more pieces, get more prospects, get more picks. You are so fine. The young core, talking to Kirby, is having so much fun. Sometimes you get worried if your core, if you're creating a toxicity among your core.
Nice job.
We got there. When you just lose. Losing is a disease.
It is. It's as contagious as syphilis.
Yes.
As the plague. It is awful.
And you fear that if you're bringing in these young guys and then everything sucks and you suck.
Yeah.
Talk to Kirby Doc and tell me if they're having a bad time, dude. It feels like a junior squad. A bunch of kids are out there ripping it up.
And they know the future's bright.
They're waiting. It's fine.
Definitely.
So you are 8, but don't worry. You're going to be in cup contention in 3 years.
Yes.
Hold me to that one. Don't hold me to the 8th seed. Hold me to that one. Next up, we've got the Detroit Red Wings. The Red Wings finished 7th last year. They went 35, 37, and 10 for 80 points. They were 7th last year. This year, they will be
3, 2, 1.
4th.
That is lunacy, dude. You have lost your damn mind. What are you talking about?
I'm out of control.
Dude, oh my God. You are an idiot.
I agree.
Let me go first. Then you can fucking spew your nonsense. Put a Red Wings jersey on for this segment, you fucking moron.
I am out of control.
Okay, so they brought in DeBrincat. Love him. Huge talent. You know I love JT Compher too.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a great grab. They added some people. They lost some people. For me, there's no... This pick, and I feel like I've said this sentence a lot of times doing these, this pick is a testament to the other teams in this division much more than it is that I think the Red Wings stink. I think the Red Wings are also a really good team. I think Dylan Larkin is that boy and is going to have a monster year. He's going to have the best year of his career this year.
Correct.
And I think the Red Wings are going to be a strong team, a really good team. I think their future is really bright. I don't want to give away a pick that I'm going to say later, but when I was looking at this team in Ottawa, because both of them, I have Buffalo in a tier above them in terms of potential. They just look so big. But this team in Ottawa really felt like, ooh, are they about to be Atlantic contenders?
Yeah.
And I have a lot of the same thoughts about their skill players, and it's really Husso and Korpisalo for me. That was kind of how I was making my decision on this one. And I don't know if either of them can win you a cup, but Korpisalo I like a little bit more going into next year than Husso. So I have the Wings 7. What I was going to ask you, and I will still ask, and you can just answer as you go, is if the Wings finish 7th, is any part of you, and I strongly disagree, not to paint your answer, but is any part of you being like, oh, Yzer is not going, the Yzer plans hit its first speed bump if they finish 7th again?
No.
Because I think hard no.
Because I think this is still a project and there's still things that need to happen here. But I think they are bummed. Remember last year you were like the Kings technically had a worse season than last year. But how do they feel? And we agreed.
They feel better.
They're not bummed at all. You feel better. You're such a good team. If Detroit finishes 7th this year, I think they're not panicking. I think there will be some idiots on Twitter and some fans who are like, fuck, dude, that was bad. Like, we finished 7th again. That I think they will feel that way, and they'll feel bummed. but there's no reason for panic. Here's what I think.
Tell me why they're not going to be bummed at all.
They've got $5.1 million cap space with the team that they have. Very, very good. They've got some contracts they gotta get going here, but Dylan signed long term. Totally with you. Dylan is literally my favorite guy in the NHL. No questions asked. I think he's going to have a monster year. I think Cat and Compher are huge adds. Mm-hmm. Huge. I think JT Compher is such an underrated player. I think Cat is going to have the best year of his career. He's signed long term. He's very, very happy. I think Lucas Raymond is going to have a big, big bounce back year from last year. I think Mo Sider is only going to get better. Sherratt is phenomenal. Shane Gostisbehere is a big add in an offensive capacity on the blue line. I think Daniel Sprong is a big add in the middle six, bottom six forward group. I just see them making a play for a goalie.
Okay, so
that
would
my
change
big
my
thing.
equation a little bit. Sure.
I think this team is going to get out to a hot start, and I think they are going to be almost like the Devils of last year, where it's like, whoa, we are way better than we thought. And these young guys and then these, leader guys like Dylan are going to just pop off. They're going to be healthy like they weren't last year. And they're going to go, we are good enough to make the playoffs. We should get a goalie. And I think we're going to see guys like Gibson. I think we're going to see guys like Hellebuck, who, and I hate to even say it, maybe Olmark, who are in a position where they're a certified starting goaltender who is maybe not in a great spot. And they're going to make a play for one of those goalies and then go, we're legit now.
It will be interesting. That strategy is cool and enticing to me.
It is insane that I have picked them to finish fourth.
I cannot wait to see who is.
And I'm going insanity here.
Yeah.
I am going insanity here, but that's just what I think.
I like the theory. It will be interesting to see. Let's say they are. I guess 4 is pretty legit, but even if they are, but if they're kind of 4-5-ish, we might get one of those wild card spots. And a Hellebuck becomes available. Personally, if I'm Stevie Y, I don't give up a ton just to get a Hellebuck to try to make this push.
Yeah.
Because I'm the plan is fine.
Yeah.
Everyone get off my ass. Personally, I would not do it.
Yeah, I hear that.
But I like the theory because if they do get a goalie, it changes my math. And I think they're very legit.
And I don't think you have to give up that much for some of these guys who might
Maybe
become
not.
available.
Yep.
But I don't think Husso and Reimer is their tandem. I don't think they're the guys.
Yeah.
I think Kane is a very serious possibility of joining this team. And adding Patrick Kane
Yeah.
to your top 6 wingers.
Do you think he would do that?
Yeah, he's that's one of the number 1 teams that's being talked about with him. Last year, not enough scoring, and they gave up too many goals. 237 goals for. League average was 258, and then goals against was 275. So, they got a lot better. Are they good enough? I'm saying I hope so.
Yeah.
Again,
You're saying yes. You're saying
fourth
yes.
is nuts, but I'm going chaos. It's our last division. I'm going chaos.
Okay, that'll be a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, next we've got the Ottawa Senators.
Yes.
Last year, they went 39. I think I typed this wrong, but I think they went 39, 35, and 8 for 86 points. They were 6th last year. Mm-hmm. This year, they will be
3, 2, 1.
7th.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ottawa fans. This is my this one is also mental. I think there's a big chance that Detroit and Ottawa are just completely flipped. I think they're both on the same trajectory.
Me too. It's crazy.
And I think they're so similar. And I'm putting my chips in the Detroit cart,
which I can live with.
Yeah.
You lose to Brinkat, right? Which is big, obviously.
Yeah.
But I like Bad Vlad on this team. I think that's solid ad.
But he's worse than Cat, right?
Yes. Yes.
I think that's a big thing. They really have kind of swapped
Who'd they get
those
back?
two.
Oh, Kubalik. That's who
Kubalik.
came back. Yeah, Kubalik.
Yeah,
That's who
yeah.
came back. Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah.
You get him back. You add bad Vlad. I don't know that you certainly didn't add DeBrincat as a one thing, as like a one entity, 1-for-1. But I think you might have added.
But you look at it in the lineup, like that's a top 6 winger, out, in and out, and Vlad is the replacement for DeBrincat, no doubt about it.
Yep. But does your team? It's like fucking Jonah Hill and Moneyball. Like runs. All that matters is runs. Like does the team score? Yes, my top 6 winger doesn't score as many goals as the one that went out. But did my team acquire as many goals as went out? And I think maybe yes.
Maybe.
Yep. And then I think Korpisalo is a good goalie. I think he's maybe not in the playoffs, but I think he's a good goalie. He was great for the Kings, except in a couple of those playoff games, but he was great for the Kings. I guess he kind of lost steam, but like, he can get really hot.
That was a big thing for me. I was going to say I don't think he was great for the Kings, and I think the Kings not extending him an offer shows that he wasn't great.
But I think it's an improvement for Ottawa, is what I'm saying. Like I think they got better, and a full season with Chychrun, I think, is a big deal.
Okay.
Full season with Chychrun.
So 120,000 in cap space, so they're right up against it, but whole team taking team-friendly deals.
Yeah.
No one is over 8.35, I believe, and that's Timmy, which is Stützle, which is great. Key players, Stützle, Brady, Claude, Vlad, Batherson, Chabot, Chychrun, Jake Sanderson, and Zub.
Yep.
Very good. They've got 3 pretty solid defensemen.
That's a good team, dude.
They're very offensive on defense, which is not great when you have a okay goalie. That is a big thing for me. Corpy signs a 5-year deal. I like the deal. I like the money he's getting. I don't think Corpy is I certainly don't think he's a cup-winning goaltender.
I don't either.
And that's tough, but I don't think that's what Ottawa needs right now. I think
neither.
they're trying to get into the playoffs. Is Corpy a playoff goaltender? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think they're making the playoffs either, but I'm just saying I think he
Losing Cat is tough. Here's something that I found interesting about this team. Last year, 270 goals against. That's 12 over the league average. 259 goals for. That's 1 over the league average. So I think they'll keep more pucks out this year. That's what you hope.
Yeah.
But is Korpisalo and your very offensive-minded defensive core keeping more goals out? I don't know. We said, did you replace the goals you lost in Cat? The answer is probably yes. But looking at this, it's like you need that. You be
better.
And then you need to give up less goals. This was something I found interesting about this team that they need to work on. Last year, and this includes DeBrincat, Stützle, Brady Tkachuk, Batherson, DeBrincat, Sanderson, and Chabot were all in the minus column.
Yeah.
For a team that had a over 500 record. That is unacceptable.
Yes, it is.
And Batherson was a minus 35, and Brady Tkachuk was a minus 10. You two, Brady Tkachuk being a dash 10 on the season, and I know there are a lot of fans and listeners that don't care about plus minus. Start caring about plus minus.
You should.
It's very fucking important. And Brady Tkachuk being one of the best players in the league and being a walking dash is unacceptable. So for me, there's a lot to fix on the Ottawa Senators roster in terms of the goals that you are letting in. And I don't think with Corpy and the big extension for Sanderson, your defense is this much better.
I think it is, and that seems like something that is fixable to me, or at least you'd think it's very addressable, right? They must be talking to Brady like, hey, bud, no more dash 10 years. And if he cleans that up, if he's an even, then they're kind of going to do what I'm saying, where I'm like, so like, if you're asking me, dude, or if you're saying, CP, your prediction hinges on Brady Tkachuk cleaning up his shit a little bit, I'm like this, well, I'll take that bet.
Yeah.
Like, I will happily live and die on Brady Tkachuk cleaning up his shit a little bit. But a testament to how competitive the Atlantic is, I'm stroking off the Senators, and I got them 6th, nowhere near the playoffs. So, well, not nowhere near. I think they're all going to be jammed up really tight.
Oh, my God.
They out, according to me.
Every single Atlantic Division matchup game this season is going to be so fucking fun.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I didn't even want to fucking do this one. Next up is the Buffalo Sabres. Okay, last year they were 5th in the Atlantic. They went 42, 33, and 7 with 91 points. They missed the playoffs by 1 point. They were 5th last year.
We were so close, dude. 1 point.
This year, they will be
3, 2, 1.
2. Let's go, Sabres!
I thought there was a chance.
The wagon rolls on straight into the playoffs with a second place in the Atlantic finish this year.
Hey, I got them an automatic bid too, and I thought I was going to be the one reaching, and you went. I thought I was Christina Ricci at 3, dude, and you're fucking 2.
I'm getting handsy.
Oh my god, man! State your case.
I'll state it right now. The Buffalo Sabres missed the playoffs by 1 point last year. What was their big issue? They gave up a lot of goals.
Gave up a lot of goals.
I said it before, I'll say it again. I believe in Harvey Dent. And I believe in Devon Levi. I think the Jedi Master is a legitimate Stanley Cup playoff goaltender. I really, really love the tandem of him and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Mm-hmm.
I think UPL is going to be big. And they've got Comrie, too. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Well,
but I think they need to lean on Levi and UPL. And I think those two are going to fully tandem the season as they should. Levi's 21. You don't need to be like this. Here's 54 games, dude. You know,
right. Nor will they.
No. And I'm so pumped about that. They've got $8.7 million cap space. That's so much. Key players in Tage, Rasmus, Tuck, Skinner, Power, Cousins, Olofsson, Middlestat, Matthias Samuelsson. They've got young guns in Matty Savoy and Zach Benson, who I think are going to get some legitimate time this season. Also, Peyton Krebs is a young guy on the roster who's going to be amazing. I think with the cap space that they have, and they've got a great prospect pool, they have officially entered a place where they can give up picks to get better. And Levi being as good as I think he is the greatest gift this team could have ever gotten.
It's incredible.
Because they were staring down the barrel of, okay, we need to give up one of our great prospects, a first-round pick, and we need to go get John Gibson. We need to go get Connor Hellebuck. You now have Levi, and you have this 8.7. Dude, if they go scoop, and they're going to be a playoff team.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to the deadline.
Oh, yeah.
They can afford and fit a certified top D man. And dude, if you add a shutdown guy to this core of Samuelsson, Rasmus, and Owen Power, bro, the Sabres are fighting for a cup very soon. I think, like I said, they're done fucking around. They're not the young boys. They're not the young scrappers who are making some noise, dude. Missing the playoffs by 1 point. That shit's over. This team is here. They are legit. Levi and UPL are ready to fucking shut the door. And that is the big thing, man. I've been giving you my goals for, goals against. The Buffalo Sabres, who had a winning record and missed the playoffs by 1 point. Again, the league averages are 258. They had 293 goals for. Well above average.
Fourth most in the league, I think.
And 297 goals against.
It's humiliating.
Awful. Their power play, 23%. Fantastic. Their PK, 73%. Humiliating. So, Buffalo, we're going to close that door this year, dude. We're going to close that door, and we are going to waltz into the playoffs. And I cannot fucking wait. Second place finish.
The fucking craziest part about all of this is that I agree.
Yeah.
I almost,
hell yeah.
I almost even said 2, dude. I had 2 earlier today, and I switched it to 3. You said something. All the players in this said, I don't even need to repeat it. They're amazing. They have incredible guys. They've got cap space. It might be Kane. It might be a D-man. The Devon Levi is the exact reason they didn't go get someone. We had talked so much at the end of last year.
Yeah.
God, Buffalo, get a goalie. Finish strong here. They didn't do it because they knew they had this and there was no need to blow anything up. Vibes, highest in the league. Highest in the league by far.
Oh, yeah.
The city loves them. They love the city. All they want to do is get into the playoffs for their fans.
Yeah.
It's incredible what they've got brewing there. The reason I flipped them back to third, and we'll get to another team in a second, is I can't quite tell. There's just a chance for a little bit of growing pains still. They just had a massive growth spurt and their fucking bones hurt. Levi, I'm I think he's going to be sick, but he might adjust. It's a lot of games in the national, he might take
eyeballs on him too, right?
Yeah.
They're you're the starting goalie.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I went third. And you brought up a team earlier, and I'd like to bring them up now because I think it's the better comp for this one. the Sabers feel like the Devils to me last year. Where you're like, Devils will be pretty good. Boom, we're like a point off of the best team.
The only reason I disagree with that is because the Devils came out of nowhere last year.
Yeah.
The Sabres being good this year will not be coming out of nowhere. Everyone's going to be like this. Oh, fuck.
So I would say it's less your Devils comp, which was what, Ottawa? Or Detroit. Your Devils comp about Detroit is better preseason. I think my Devils comp about the Sabres is good in terms of we're going to look up and be like, are they a 2 seed? Like I really think they are going to finish. If it's not, I have them 3, but if it's going to be a point away from 2 or 3. And I will, slight spoiler for the ep, the team I have 1 in the Atlantic.
I don't even want to hear it. Don't even say it.
I'm not going to say it. I'm just saying the team I have 1, I believe, is going to be won by a mile.
Wow. Okay.
So I think 2 and 3 and 4 are going to be pretty jammed out.
Okay. Yeah. And we're going to be or at least I am, going to be riding hot on Buffalo this year. So like,
I'm excited.
We talk about our BetMGM deal. I'm going to be, all our weekly picks, dude, I'm going to be hammering Buffalo. Here we go, dude.
Really exciting season coming up in northern New York. Yep. Holy hell.
Hockey fans, the NHL season is right around the corner, and that means there is one obvious thing to do, and that's download the BetMGM app. That's right, we have teamed up with BetMGM this season, and the Netters boys are going to give you all of the best picks all season long. We got our eyes on a ton of stuff. We're going to be watching our boy Jack Eichel, our boy Tyler Toffoli. We got all of the plus minuses. We've got all of the over-unders, everything that you could possibly want this season, and the best news is, when you download that app and use promo code NETTERS200, BetMGM is giving you $200 to bet with after you make your first $10 bet and deposit. That is the easiest thing you could ever hear. We got all of these things going on with the NHL season coming up. So again, put in NETTERS200 after you download the BetMGM app and get in on the action with us. Let's get it.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New York, call 1-800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help in Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 in Puerto Rico. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., New York, or Ontario.
Okay, next is the Florida Panthers. Unfortunately, they snuck into the playoffs last year by a point and ruined my life because they were 4th in the Atlantic. They went 42, 32, and 8 for 92 points. They were 4th last year. This year they will be
3, 2, 1.
2.
6th.
You're a sick man.
Dude.
I told you I'm on demon time in this division.
Dude, you are a buffoon.
Cat-lanic, dude, more like kitten-lanic.
More like catastrophic. More like
catastrophic. Let me take that again.
Yep.
Cat-lanic, more like catastrophic.
Boom. That was a sick joke.
That's a burn you can't come back from. And I got it on the first try.
Can I tell you why, because you're definitely going second on this one. Can I tell you why I almost had Buffalo too? This was the one, right? Like this was my 2-3.
Sure.
It's because I'm pretty sure Spencer Knight, it's the goalie questions. I just told you, like, Levi I think is going to be nasty, but does he have some learning curve? Bob was extremely mediocre basically all year. They hit their stride at the very end of the year, and then he was electric in the playoffs, which was awesome to see. And I'm happy for him, truly. Like that, he is a cool dude, great goalie, and I was happy to see him touch the sun like that again. Am I going to get that again? I don't know. Spencer Knight is going to be back from the player assistance program, we think. I've always said...
And hope, desperately.
And I hope. God, I'm rooting for him. I've always said he was the guy on that team. I thought he was going to take Bob... I fucking said he was going to win 30 games last year.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to take Bob's job then. So if he comes back and you've got Bob playing better and Spencer Knight doing what I believe he's capable of, I'm like, oh my God, dude, you have one of the best tandems in the league. They are, I think... Montour and Ekblad are hurt, I'm pretty sure, to start the year.
Correct.
So there's going to be some injuries. I really think we were goofing around with Yandel the other day talking about how good he thinks they're going to be. And I forget why me and you were talking about this for some reason, but I think they're going to have a really slow start again. I don't think it's going to last as long, but I don't think the Panthers are going to be a wire-to-wire first. Well, they're not going to be first place, but I don't think they're going to be wire to wire. I think they're going to have a slow start. That slow start made me want to put them 3, and I just couldn't quite bring myself to fucking put the Buffalo Sabres 2, which I probably should have done. So I've got Cats 2, but I think it's going to be a barn burner Sabres Cats down the stretch here for this battle. They just have too much high-end talent. Barkov, Matty T, Verhaeghe, these guys, they are going to score. And they score. I'm sure you have your goals for, and I can't wait to hear it because I'm pretty sure they were like second in the league goals for. This team is going to pump in goals again. And if they get the goalie play, even with a slow start, I think they're good.
No cap space.
Yep. Don't need it.
Yep. Key players: Barkov, Kachuk, Reinhardt, Bennett, Verhaeghe, Montour, Ekblad, Forsling, Young Guy, and Lundell. Lost both Stalls and Gudas. Added OEL and Evan Rodriguez.
Sweet.
Feel like on paper they're kind of in the same spot.
Which is good. Which is very good. Yeah.
Before I even get into the goalie thing, I feel like they were pretty blech last year. They got so hot to end the year. And that's where a lot of those goals for came from. They
know about that.
What do you mean? They were so lame and pathetic.
The goals for specifically, though. And I think they were scoring the whole time.
But they were out of playoffs. They were out of playoffs for so long.
Was Buffalo, and Buffalo was scoring the whole time.
Okay, fair. Either way, they were whatever, playing pretty shitty hockey.
Agree.
Got in and then had one of the coolest, most fun runs in recent memory in the Stanley Cup playoffs. They're banged up. That's going to be a tough start. I think there's definitely going to be a Molly come down here of like, that was the most fun run ever. And
never heard of it.
What are we doing now? I think they had a lot of career seasons last year. A lot. Like 5 or 6 guys had career best years last year.
Who of them, you don't have to name all of them, but of them, tell me who you don't believe in moving forward.
I'm not saying I don't believe in any of them. I'm saying it is logical to assume that there will be some regression from certain guys.
Fucking love regression to the mean.
Isn't that
favorite word to throw around in sports discussions?
Dude, it's the best.
You sound smart as shit.
Yes.
Because also prove me wrong, dude. Spot the lie.
Yeah.
Everyone regresses to the mean.
I
That's the
think
whole point.
You have to imagine there will be some regressing to the mean.
Yep.
And yes, Spencer Knight, rooting for you so hard, but
no promises.
We'll see when Spencer comes back. If he does come back, hopefully. I think Goalie Bob emptied the tank last year.
I don't hate that take.
He's 35 years old. He was losing 20 pounds in each one of these fucking games. And I think he was kind of shit all year. Then he got into the playoffs and went nuclear. And he went like this. Truly, dude, I think he went, this is my last chance. And I think he emptied the tank and they ran it to Vegas. So I think if you're relying on Goalie Bob, I don't think that this team is going to be able to handle it. And I don't know, dude. Like, they've got unbelievable talent. I think they have 2 top 15 players in the NHL in Kachuk and Barkov. Ekblad is so fucking banged up, dude. He's been so banged up his whole life.
I know.
Montour starting this year banged up is such a bummer after having the best year of his career. I just wonder if the regression is going to be too much in this brutal, brutal division, and we see them unfortunately finish 6th.
It could. Oh man, that's so low. It could be, and I honestly don't disagree with a lot of your stuff. And the Goalie Bob thing, I kind of, and this might be a knock to Goalie Bob. So all the Bob stands, go be gentle, but he strikes me at this point, because I agree with how you just described his state of being, in that Korpisalo bucket that I'm like, I don't know that he can ever get you to a cup again, but I do think he can get you 82-game regular season splitting the load with somebody of pretty good goalie play. So that's why I'm like, I still think they're a threat and will be relevant. 6, I'm free fall. They will be talking about being bummed out if they miss the playoffs by a mile.
Again,
Yikes.
I don't think it'll be a mile.
Yeah, fair.
I think it'll be a couple of points.
Yep. Next up was the Tampa Bay Lightning. They finished 3rd in the Atlantic last year. They went 46-30-6 with 98 points. 3rd last year. This year they will be
3, 2, 1.
4th. Wow.
And it all comes back to Stammer for me.
And dude, I the reason, part of the reason I had Buffalo and the Cats over them this year is those developments as well.
Yeah.
So take it away.
Tampa, 0 cap space. Best players: Cooch, Point, Stammer, Hedman, Hagel, Sergachev, Sorelli, Cernak, Vasi.
Nasty. Still a nasty
They
roster,
lost
dude.
Killorn, and they added Connor Sheary, Tyler Mott. Not a ton of stuff going on here. Tampa still has one of the best cores going in Stammer, Cooch, Hedman, Hagel, Sergachev, and as long as Vasi is in net, you got a chance. I think a lot of this for me hinges on if the Stammer thing is a issue all year here, then I'm worried about your team. I think that is like bad vibes.
They lost some depth. We always talk about that with Tampa, where they just had that depth, because you said killer. They lost Colton, friend of the program. They lost Corey Perry. They lost Pat Maroon. Some of these guys are just like, oh, dude, that mattered.
Yeah.
Stammer situation, nightmare. I hate it. I'm appalled for it. I don't particularly like the Bolts, and if they're going to be bad because they fucked over Steven Stamkos, then you deserve it. But I just hate it as a hockey fan. He's a legend, and I want him to be happy, and if he wants to be there, they should let him be there. The number one reason I have them in the playoffs still is Vasilevsky. He is... And for the first time in a long time, he got a little rest. Like, they just were in the cup
That's so true.
over, dude. And he was so tired. And it literally looked like he just ran out of gas against that Bolt. Like, they should have beat the Leafs. We were watching those series. And I'm like, how are they losing these games? And there were no glaringly bad goals, but it looked like him and the whole team were just so goddamn tired.
Yeah.
And now they took their first round exit, and they went and got themselves some R&R, dude.
Yeah.
And I think Vasi can steal enough games on his own to get you a 4 seed. And the roster you just listed is still sick, by the way. That's still a very good team. And I just think a rested
so
Vasi
good.
is the difference. Because, we know who's left, and there's a team that I love very much that is in a tough spot, and Vasi was felt like the difference and was a little too scary. He's a little rested. He got some rest.
Yes, he did. And I don't think I considered that.
Yeah.
I think I was too focused here on the Stammer situation. They're getting a little bit older.
Yes,
I mean,
they are.
It's like that's something that kind of needs to be acknowledged. But then again, it's so amazing that they have Point, who's so good, and then like Hagel signs that big extension, and Hagel has such a good year last year, and I'm like, fuck, is Hagel amazing too?
Yeah.
I think there's just part of me that really is excited about this new regime in the Atlantic and the possibilities of some of these other teams really leapfrogging. And I just think Tampa had this insane run, and there's a chance they get caught in the crosswinds here of these new teams being so good and having so much momentum. The Stammer situation, what does scare me a little bit about them is, obviously you never want this or root for this, a couple of key injuries and they're in a ton of trouble.
Yes.
And
Absolutely correct.
And so, I again, I'm on record. I'm going full mayhem with my predictions here, but I could just see, them finishing third last year. Again, it was third behind the record-breaking Bruins and then the wagon
52,
Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's like there's just going to be another year of insane teams, and you finish fifth with a shit ton of wins.
And I think I'm kind of thinking these Bolts still know how to win, though, this nucleus. And as much as I want Buffalo to know, I'm not sure they know yet. And I think they're going to win a lot of hockey games. I just when it starts to pinch, when it starts to get down to it, Tampa might be like, yo, we've been here.
Much like my Detroit goalie prediction, this one for me is a big Stammer prediction.
Yes.
If Stammer is unsigned all year, I could just see bad vibes.
Yep. Okay, next we go to the wagon Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yes.
They finished second last year. They went 50, 21, and 11 for 111 points. They were second last year. This year they will be
3, 2, 1.
first. I am
Kills
on
me
the
to do it.
Leafs train this year, dude. I don't even know when it happened. I woke up one morning and I had a Leaf boner.
Kills me to do it.
It's not going down.
Kills me to do it.
Call your doctor.
I think that they are a problem. And I think more than ever in this era of the Maple Leafs and the Austin Matthews era, they got a lot better this summer. I love their moves. And it was funny. day one of free agency, I was like, I called them losers.
I better win this year, boys, when they signed Matthews, but now I'm like, oh, they are going to win this year.
I was like, day one of free agency this summer, I called them losers because they didn't do anything. And then day two, they did a lot. But Toronto, zero cap space. Another one of those.
Don't need it.
Another one of those funny technicalities. They're like 12 million over
Yep.
with all of their LTIR and all that shit. Key players: Matthews, Marner, Johnny Todrags, Morgan Riley, Willie Nylander, Bertuzzi, Matty Nyes, sleeper Calder guy. The fact that they've got Matty Nyes is like, how the fuck do you guys have this kid? Unbelievable player. Key ads are Klingberg, Tyler Bertuzzi, Max Domi, and Revo. Revo is that's a good guy to have on that team. Key losses: Shen, O'Reilly, Kerfoot, Bunting, Achari.
Yep.
Their big ads last year at the deadline are all gone.
Yep.
They also lost Bunting. You lose some middle bottom six help there. You've got Matt Murray on LTIR, so really your goalie here is Samsonov, who's fine. 26 years old. He could continue to get better. I love his attitude. He's a very no fucks given type of guy.
Yeah.
And I think to be the goaltender in Toronto, that's good. So I actually like that, but I also don't think anyone's kidding themselves in Toronto being like, we've got an elite goaltender here on our hands. That is where it all comes down to for me. Are you guys, 278 goals for, 220 against? Very good. Goals against. 26% power play, 81% penalty kill. Very good. Like, the Maple Leafs were insane last year. Any other year, they probably win the Atlantic if the Bruins didn't go into a coma.
Yeah.
Of insane play. To me, it's all about like Bertuzzi, Domi, and in his role, Revo. Bertuzzi and Domi as like top six, middle six guys with the bite that they have is such a frightening compliment.
Oh my God, dude.
To Matthews, Marner, and Nylander to me. And I'm like, fuck. And a big thing, Bunting had a bit of a bad year last year. Weird vibes. He's on Carolina now. Good for you. The big thing with Toronto, right, is their top four. Like, their big four guys scored literally all of their fucking points, and that's why they lose in the playoffs every year. This year, they've still got that exact same top four, and now they've got Bert and they've got Domi. And I just get a little, and Nice, by the way.
Yes, dude.
And I get a little frightened that I'm like, oh my God, their top four, or their big four don't have to carry as much anymore. And like, you look at Bert in Boston, he was the best player on the team in that first round against the Panthers. And all of a sudden, this guy's on Toronto. Holy fuck.
I was just about to say that. Watching Bert play playoffs last year, if you are a Leafs fan, you are salivating to add that into the mixer. And Matty Nyes isn't even a sleeper. Well, actually, he is a sleeper. And hey, you want a fucking value bet? Go on betmgm.com right now. And Matty Nyes is like plus 2,500 to win the Calder.
Yeah.
Now, is it probably going to be Bedard or Fantilli? Probably. But I'm just saying, holy shit. If that kid gets 80 points, they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
And this Toronto team could do what Edmonton did last year, which is just pump points up and down that lineup. It's going to be insane.
We talked about it the other day, Bunting, when he almost won Rookie of the Year over Seider. And it's like, it's because he's playing with fucking Matthews or Tavares. Like, Matty Nyes is going to be playing with Matthews or Tavares.
Yep.
So he's going to score a lot of fucking points.
It's crazy, dude. So if I'm... Oh, and I want to say this, too. I like what you said about Samsonov. They also have that kid, Joseph Woll.
Yep.
Is it Woll or Wall?
I think it's Wall.
I think it is Wall.
Yep.
Wall. He looked good. And super short, quick look at him, but he looked good. And they signed Martin Jones, but he's not going to make the team if he's already even still on the team.
And Matt Murray is on the team and injured. And he's only 29 years old.
But I think it's Wall and Samsonov is good. What they're going to be doing. And if
doubt.
Wall's good, because he looked good, then you've got a pretty good tandem. Like, you've got a pretty good tandem to do some damage. The Leafs won 50 games for the first time in a really long time. I forget when, but they won 50 games for the first time like 2 years ago, and then did it again last year. I think they are going to easily clean 50 this year. I think they're going to win the Atlantic comfortably, and I'm expecting massive fucking years from these guys again. Yeah. We talked about regression to the mean. I'm not seeing it here, and in fact, Austin Matthews' regression to the mean means going up. I think he's going to have I think he had a down year last year, and you were expecting better things from Matthews. He's over 50, barring with good health. He's over 50 again. The one interesting thing I think that could happen, and I saw this somewhere that was just a good tidbit. Dubas out, Tree living in. He was in charge of Calgary when Johnny Gaudreau walked for free.
Mm-hmm.
And Nylander is up this year.
Mm-hmm.
And an interesting tidbit could be, if you have tons of firepower on that team and maybe need a big ticket D-man,
You do.
you could trade Nylander.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I cannot let him walk for free. I just lived this life. I'm not letting it happen again. I could trade Nylander, big ticket D, and now you're like this, raise the cup, dude.
And for me, that is one. It's been funny watching Nylander's camp be like, we're excited to figure something out.
Yeah.
And it bums me out because I think there's a big world where Nylander's like, I fucking love playing with these guys. I love being in Toronto, but I just don't see how this possibly works. And they've fucked themselves, dude. We talk about, sure, the cap's going up, but all of these teams who are taking team-friendly deals to make it work, they've got 4 guys making well over $10 million.
3, right?
Three. Sorry.
But they're the only team in the league with 3.
Yeah, it's Matthews, Marner, and Todrax are making well over 10, and Nylander's making like 7, 8 right now. So like,
and he wants 10.
He wants 10, and he deserves 10. He had fucking 86 points or something last year, and he's young. So I just don't see any planet where he is still on the team to the point where I'm like, trade him now.
Yeah.
Trade him now and get a great defenseman back, because that's where you need help. Yep. No question about it.
And you can, and deadline's fine too. I don't know if you disagree with that, but if you guys roll out and you guys are in first place because you're killing it, and you look at across your lineup and you're like, we have 5 guys with 100 points. Like, we don't need to score more.
But that is crazy, right? Like, it feels crazy to get to the deadline, and like if Nylander's sitting there with 70 points at the deadline, and you're like, or more, and you're like, you're traded.
Yeah.
It just feels like a crazy move, because Nylander is
just crazy enough to work.
Yeah, true. But Nylander's going to be a top 6, a certified top 6 guy who's contributing like a crazy amount. And fuck, man, like moving him just feels so insane. But end of the day, dude, I think Matthews is going to come out with a vengeance this year. I think Marner's only going to get better. I think Nyes is going to be insane. I think this team is just going to be the powerhouse in this division. But I will say this: I don't think that means anything.
You don't? Dude, come on. All the guys. The guy added grit.
I don't think
they added playoff grit.
Anything for playoffs.
Come on, dude. Leaf boner. Come on.
I have a Leaf boner. But I am curious, dude. I'm curious if the bugaboo is too much. Because you got out of the first round, but then you promptly got swept like a gentleman. And yikes.
I think Matthews, dude, he's got his ticket. Like it or not, he got his ticket, and he's like this. Oh, here we go now. Like, no pressure. I mean, pressure, but like no worry about what I'm doing. Like, I'm here.
Yeah, but he already had a ticket. Like, I don't think that changes his mentality at all. And
be a monster.
I think Austin wants it. I think he wants to win. I think everyone who's like, that's the narrative. It's like the boys don't care enough.
Yeah.
But
he's my heart pick, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
I think he's gonna score 60 again.
I love that.
And they're gonna be the 1 seed, and he's my heart pick.
Leafs, you guys are a machine.
Guys, do you like slide sandals? Then we've got to talk about iSlide. They've got everything. They've got NHL teams, they got colleges, they got other pro leagues, and especially they got the Empty Netters collection. So if you're coaching Pee-wees, if you're playing beer league, if you're playing any level, and you like feeling comfortable in the locker room at home, get yourself some iSlides. They are comfortable as hell. They slide right on. It's amazing. Go to iSlideUSA.com and use promo code NETTERS. That's NETTERS for 20% off. You will not regret it.
All right, last one.
Last but not least, our beloved Boston Bruins.
I think I'm surprised that we're the same here.
I don't think we are.
Oh, yeah, I don't think we are either.
They finished 65. They went 65, 12, and 5. They lost 12 times, dude.
That's so insane.
65, 12, and 5 for 135 points.
They won 65 regular season games. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
No.
Jesus.
Last year they finished first. This year they will be
3, 2, 1.
Third.
I think third, dude. Do you want me to start here?
Yeah, because I need to defend myself.
Okay. Interesting situation, this team, for me.
Yes.
Because, talk about regress to the mean. There is literally only space to go down
Yep.
for Boston. Now, there's part of me that's like, I wonder if that feels good. I wonder if the boys are being like,
definitely does.
There's no expectations.
They are counted out.
Because we can't, it is impossible to be better than we were last year. So let's see what happens. Obviously, the headlines of the Bruins is everyone they lost. Bergeron retires, Krejci retires. You also lost Bertuzzi.
Yep.
You lost Dmitry Orlov. You lost Garnet Hathaway. You lost Connor Clifton. You lost Thomas Nosek.
Nick Foligno
as well.
Carney.
Yep.
Yep.
I was going to say you lost Nick Foligno.
Yep.
You lost Taylor Hall in the Chicago trade.
Yep.
Like, oh my God. You've lost
who plays
so many people. However, Boston, neatly under the cap, $425K. Key players, Brad Marchand, David Pastrnak, Charlie McAvoy, Hampus Lindholm, Jake DeBrusk, Pavel Zacha, Jeremy Swayman, Linus Ullmark. Still very, very good players on this team.
An incredible, tighter, but incredible tight core.
Yes. All pretty team-friendly deals. Highest contract is Pasta's 10.5. The big thing that was eye-opening to me here, the Bruins still have the best goalie tandem in the NHL and a very, very good defensive core. 301 goals for last year, 174 goals against.
That is fucking preposterous.
22% power play, 87% penalty kill. Now, those things are going to get worse.
Regress.
However, when you look at what they lost on the back end, it's not that much. They added Orlov at the deadline.
Yeah.
Now, you lost the best defensive center in the history of the NHL.
Yep.
That's huge. But you still have Charlie Coyle. He's amazing at that. You just added Morgan Geekie, who's a very good middle six, bottom six center. Mm-hmm. You added Bobquist. You added JVR, Kevin Shattenkirk, Lucic, Patrick Brown, all on insane team-friendly deals for 1 year. Like, they've patched the holes. They're not patched with vibranium, but they're also not patched with saran wrap.
It's that guy. What's that guy who like slaps shit onto leaking canoes? You know, he's on the ads.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know his
I'm
name.
thinking like Billy Mays.
Oh, is that
It's the Billy Mays knockoff.
Oh, he's not. That's not Billy Mays.
Well, Billy Mays might have done it back in the day.
I think he might have done it. Anyway, the Bruins are worse, definitely. But I actually, looking at the team, I was like, fuck, dude, you're still great on the back end. They've got, for the first time in I can't remember how long, some actual kind of exciting prospects that might crack the lineup
we
here.
want to play. Yeah.
And I think they're going to finish a comfortable third, fourth maybe, and sneak into the playoffs. I don't think it's going to be a great playoff run, but like, I think the team is still very good. And dude, their key players, like Brad Marchand, is healthy.
Yeah.
And is still a weapon. I think Pasta is a top 10 easy player in the league.
Yep.
Charlie McAvoy is a top 3 or 4 defenseman in the league. Hampus Lindholm is an insanely good defenseman in this league. Ullmark and Swayman are 2 of the best goalies in the league.
Yep.
It's just like the team is better than a lot of Bruins fans think.
Your best argument is that coming into last season, everyone had the Bruins, including us, as a wild card team.
Yep.
And they won 65 games.
Yep.
There is a great coach there. There is a great culture there. There are great leaders still on that team.
Yeah.
For those reasons, I look at this team right now and I go, this is a borderline wild card team. And maybe they're like, no, dude, we're pretty sick. So for those reasons, I like the take.
Yeah.
That they're like, dude, Boston's still pretty good, idiots. I can't believe you all wrote them off. I love the no pressure thing. That's fantastic. Some of the team, like Tampa's a great example of one that I'm like, wow, I can't believe you have them over Tampa though, because of the Vasi stuff. And like Tampa feels like they have just as good leadership core and like an incredible goalie. So I'm like, man, it's tricky. But the Bruins have incredible goalies. I don't believe under any circumstances Ullmark is going to even come close to touching what he did last year. And I fucking hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't believe that's even remotely possible. But if he gives you what Swayman gave, if Swayman gives you what he gave you last year again, and Ullmark also gives you that, you're sick. You're
still the best tandem in the league.
Yeah, you still have incredible goalies.
Yeah.
I love that. This is something you brought up earlier about a different team. I basically have 2 large points about the Bruins. One is, you brought this up about another team earlier. They are a couple injuries away from being fucked to hell in my opinion. I know you like the prospects.
No. I feel that.
And I'm like, because this team, you're like, they patched the holes. And I'm like, they did. But if those patches leak, I'm like, oh no. And injuries happen. And it's not NFL. It's not like you're going to lose half the lineup. But just if the patches spring leaks, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yep.
We did patch this, but it wasn't vibranium. And now we are paying for
That's fair. It's a very fair point.
That worries me big time. The other issue is, man, it's just the other teams in the league in this division are so strong that I feel as though some of these exciting teams, it's going to be logjam. Some of these exciting teams, I think, have a little bit more spark than the Bees have right now. And I hope I'm wrong about that too. I hope they don't let the depression around last season and all the departures affect them, but I'm worried about that. I think they've got the right guys in the locker room to instill.
I genuinely think there's no way they can because there's too much momentum, dude. It's the centennial season. They got the new sweaters.
I forgot about that. Yep.
They did a very good job, dude, of bringing Lucic back. Like that has
so awesome.
reinvigorated the fan base so much.
Really
you got a fourth liner who's how old is Luch? 36. The fans are so pumped. Shaddy played college in Boston. Yep. JVR played college in New Hampshire. Like they've done a pretty fucking good job of filling holes.
Making people happy.
Like I said, making people happy. And again, dude, last year was devastating, but there's enough distractions. Yep. And I think the key players on the team are like, it's a new regime, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's a totally new era. It is officially begun.
Yep.
And I think that responsibility alone is distracting enough for them to not be like, oh my God, like last year. Like they're like, no, this is a full restart.
Yep. I will say this. You said they're tightly up against the cap. Not only are they up against the cap, but also all that stuff is being addressed next year. Like all the eggs are in the next year cap basket. So there's no moves are going to be made this year, in my opinion, because they're like, we're riding this out. I'm not fucking with that at all.
And also, they don't have, dude, the Bruins' first draft pick next year is round 4.
Yeah.
They do not have any space to make
or pieces to move for anything.
Moves.
Yeah,
They've done a pretty good job of makeshifting a prospect pool with some of these free agent signings, like Georgi Merkulov and like Mark McLaughlin, and like good job. But like you can't trade any of those pieces.
Yeah.
Or you can't trade your Fabian Lysels, your Johnny Beechers, your Mason Lorais, and you can't trade draft picks anymore.
Yeah, because I don't have any.
You don't have.
So my point is, if the Bees are surprising next year, oh, you know what? Wow, this core's good, and they're hovering around three seed as you have
just
them.
Ride it out, dude.
But I'm saying, and then every other team in the Atlantic, and then Tampa's 4, Detroit's 5 at the moment, and then they make deadline moves because they can. I could see the Bees getting left in the dust a little bit. You're like, oh shit, we didn't have the pieces to make moves.
Very
and
fair.
They fall back to 5. The fucking terror dome for me, dude, and I know what's going to happen, is top 3 in the Atlantic are in, top 3 in the Met are in, Rags, Devils, Canes, Sabers, who do we have? Or you have someone fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So let's say Leafs, Sabers, and whoever. Cats are in, for argument's sake. The first wild card team in the Atlantic, whoever's 4th in the Atlantic, I think is lock in, just because I think that's so stacked division.
Yeah.
The 5th Atlantic team and the 4th Metro team is going to be battling till the 82nd game this year for that last spot, and it's going to be the Bruins and Sid. And I'm going to fucking off myself, dude. Like, I just can't believe that that's the 8th team in.
I can't wait for the content of watching your hair fall out during that.
Oh my God, dude. What a nightmare.
But yeah, that's it. It's going to be it's been so fun doing all the divisions and being like, fuck, man, like there's better teams than we thought.
Yep. There's no bad teams. It's crazy.
More action.
Except for the Hawks. The Hawks stink.
No doubt about it. This is the most exciting division.
Yep.
And I can't fucking wait to watch it shake out. That said, that's us. That's it. That's it for us.
Do you remember what you had?
Yeah.
I had Leafs, Cats, Sabers, Bolts, Bees, Sens, Wings, Habs.
Leafs, Sabers, Bruins, Wings, Bolts, Panthers, Sens, Habs.
That Wings 4 is so out of pocket. I can't believe it.
Just wait, dude.
Cannot believe it.
Geyser plan is in motion. All right, that's it for us this week at the Empty Netters podcast. Beautiful stuff. We're creeping closer. Can't wait to get there. And until then,
do what Dan thinks the Wings are going to do. Skate hard.
Booyah.